Yes, good evening to those watching us live. You are watching Bulundala Network. Today we are here at Boxiba Mini Stadium and we have our able man, our eye, our ear, in as far as Baisa is concerned, the media man. Welcome to Bulundala Network.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me here. Once again, I would say to you were standing on we are in evening. Good evening to everybody who is watching right now.
Thank you very much. Indeed, it's a pleasure to have you. Well, I am Ibrahim Jai, Fadera Alliance Robin Jai. Media man, it's a pleasure to have you once again. As far as Brikama Youth and Sports Committee is concerned, I think we are not wrong to bring you on board to talk to us about some of the issues that are currently within the community. I think people are asking a lot of questions, especially the most talk about question nowadays is the elimination versus $7,000.
Yeah, I think thank you very much. I think it's a concern. Anytime when you talk about money, everybody will be crying. We all know football cannot go without money. If you want to be part of a football fraternity, if you want to be part of football family, then you have to be ready for spending money because football. Every step in football, concerning about football, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah. So actually, I think the day we broke the news that eliminations will be increased to 7,000, I think even me, I have a lot of calls from everywhere, every angle of Brikama and outside. Everybody is complaining that it's expensive. Okay, yeah, we know it's expensive, but sometimes people also need to understand that football cannot go without money. So, and as a committee, whatever thing we do, before we do whatever thing, we sit as a family, we talked about it. I think for us, we think we are in the right channel.
But media man, let's come to 7,000. What do you think? We are in a COVID year. Last season, things did not hold due to COVID-19, and the same trend continues. Don't you think that $7,000 is something, a big sound to people's ear?
Yeah, it might be big sound to people's ears, but eventually I think it's fine because we all know Brikama Sports Committee, our source of revenue, source of income. We all know it came from organizing committees, eliminations. That's the only way we are able to have money. So I think if we have those kind of opportunity, we have to grab it. Anyway, I think it will be difficult for people. What people also need to understand the constraint of the committee, the responsibility that committee has. We cannot go without money. And basically, we all know grabbing money is the only way to grab money is to organize the competitions.
But if you talk about the constraints, what do you think? These $7,000 that the teams are collecting, because perhaps it may be like 50 teams that would like to join. Do you think that the expenditure that we encounter during this elimination, what do you think about it?
Actually, we are not even basing on our source of income on these eliminations. First, we all know last year there is no competition, and basically we all know, as I explained it earlier on, our source of income is for organizing tournaments that doesn't hold throughout last season, and that's a big challenge to us as a committee. And secondly, we see it as this year we want to fast track things. Every year we have a lot of teams, and we don't have we have very limited time as far as this COVID-19 is concerned. And also we want to make sure that the team reduce because we are in a system whereby we want to fast track things so that at least the little team we have, so that we can at least try to make sure that at least we organize this thing to make fast, because as we are speaking right now here is on renovations. Probably we might play even Northern at Canal Multipurpose Center, that's SSP, where that place is a big challenge. We all know we need a lot of securities as far as that place is concerned, and those securities we all know cannot be done without absence of money. So I think money play very pivotal role as far as those kind of concerns is concerned. And finally, and thirdly also, not finally, but we all know next year Gambia Football Federations want to bring this league to a professional level.
Yeah.
And professional level, we all know it entails money. Because most of the things you have to have, as far as our 4th division team is concerned, we should have our own secretariat whereby we need to employ people to pay. And we need to at least employ a team manager for the team, and that team manager should be paid monthly, every month. And also we should have a technical director which is employed. All those people which are holding the position right now, they are doing for voluntary. So if we have to professionalize our league, all those categories, you need to pay them. Where are we getting money from?
So, but don't you think that when GFF want to professionalize the league, maybe they will create another source of income for the teams where they can able to get something?
Yeah, that might be happen, but you cannot lay all your basket on one thing. If a GFF have to at least give you some money, you also have to prepare as a team. You should not put all your hope on somebody who is helping you every time. You also need to do effort to make sure that at least if GFF fails, for example, what are you telling to the people? What are you telling to the community? You say that, okay, right, GFF want to make the league professionalized.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let me just say, GFF will do something to make sure that, at least we have money from GFF. So, what about if that thing fails? What will you do? You cannot blame anybody.
You may be in a funny situation.
So I think that's the most important thing, is we have to at least also financially prepare.
Perhaps
towards
contingency plan
yes.
1, contingency plan 2.
Exactly.
So, Media Man, before we come to Boxiba, the current situation, I would like to get you more into this $7,000. Why exactly $7,000? Because I feel like this is a whole load of, because by looking at the economic situation right now in the country, getting your bags to the teams that want to come, because Brikama is a footballing, so everybody want to play at Boxiba, either elimination or Norwegian. But like when they heard about $7,000, how would it sound to them? And what exactly bias comes? Did they involve public by virtue of a negotiation to read that, okay, we want to make a sort of a survey to see whether the public would like to pay $7,000 or not? And I think it's important to look into people's opinion as well in terms of making such decisions. Well, what do you exactly think?
I think Brikama Sports Committee, we all know, is an independent body, which we are answerable to the stakeholders. That's the team representatives in the different categories. Volleyball, basketball.
Those are affiliated to?
Yes, which are affiliated to us. That is our main stakeholders. To go to the public to negotiate with people, I think we did not do that. I don't even think that is necessary for us to do as a sports committee. I think what is the
But not to negotiate, just to look their idea. Maybe they may have different views.
Yeah, I think people will have different views, if you said, because anything involved money, people will come with their idea. People will say, agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Even when we say that, we want to reduce it to even 4,000, still people have their different views. So as I spelled it earlier on, it's our source of income. This is the place where we get revenue. This is the place where we get money. There is nobody in entire Brikama who will come and tell us that, Brikama Sports Committee, we are donating you this kind of money.
Well, if you tell me that, I'll be surprised. What about the COVID fund that was provided?
The COVID fund is provided basically for the teams, not a sport committee. We are in a team.
That's Brikama United.
That's Brikama United, male and female. The GFF does not give that money to us, telling us that, we are giving you this money for your sport committee.
But the money given to BISA is funding the Brikama United and the female team, both males and female team.
Exactly. Brikama United, the responsibilities of having Brikama United. Brikama United, male and female, the responsibility is too much. That COVID fund, you need to give to the players. You understand?
Yeah.
Every player should have something. And, those the money we generated as from GFF or COVID funds, these are the money we are plowing back to the players. And you know that money cannot be enough. Because every day we are spending. Football is expensive, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Paying fares, doing all sorts of kind of things. It requires money.
But maybe you may be thinking of changing your decision from $7,000.
Actually, at this point
What do you think?
in time, it's a no-go area. Entire Brikama need to understand that sports committee have responsibilities, and those responsibilities, we have to fulfill it. We have to make sure that at least we work to the interest of the communities. This money is not coming. It's not going to the pocket of communities. Any single committee member. So the money we are generating is going back to the community. So I think community have to stand to work to make sure that at least they support the sport committee.
But maybe sometimes $7,000 is maybe too much. But when you explain to the community why we are using this $7,000 and why we see $7,000, maybe it will be easier for the community to understand. Perhaps maybe if you can say, okay, now balls are expensive, we have to pay the freeze, SSP, security.
But I think I flash back on that, but maybe you did not get me proper. I told you that football is expensive. Anything involving football is expensive, sir. And probably this season we are going to play at multi-purpose SSP.
Yeah.
And you're talking of balls. That is obvious. Those are the things everybody should expect, that balls should be there. And as we are speaking right now, even the goal posts at SSP, they are having a problem. You have to at least spend money to do some of the maintenance, security aspect, balls. There are a lot of things ahead. And those 7,000 cannot even take all those kind of responsibilities. Sometimes even we may even take money from our own coffers. Nobody knows, because it's expensive. We have to make sure that it's standardized, because that place is a place whereby if you don't have enough securities, my friend, you are creating room for the violence.
Absolutely.
And we have to make sure that we do whatever thing possible to make sure that at least we have 0% violence free. So actually things are very expensive. They are very hard.
Brikama people will listen to, will watch you live, and then this $7,000, you really cleared it out. Maybe 2 or 3 people may be thinking why $7,000, but I think today, after listening to or after watching this video, they were able to read from their minds that wow, Brikama Youth Sports Committee, they really deem it necessary to come with $7,000 because of 1, 2, 3 reasons beyond their control. I think it's important.
It's very much important. People need to understand. Sometimes when you say 7,000, it sounds big. People will say 7,000.
Especially Corona year.
Corona year. We all know we are in pandemic. To have money is not easy.
Yeah.
But also, at least we have to be balanced. Look at the condition of the committee. If you just think twice, you know that committee also they have only one source of income where they generated money. That is by organizing these competitions.
But last year it wasn't organized, and Brikama United.
Thanks to the COVID-19 fund. Thanks to the COVID-19 fund, my friend.
Absolutely, yeah, you are right. Yeah.
So this season, we cannot say let us sit and wait for the COVID-19 fund. Whether it will come or not, God knows.
God knows, yeah.
So I think actually
we don't even pray for COVID fund to come again. We want to get out of COVID-19.
Exactly, we want our beautiful sport to come back. So I'm urging entire Brikama to cooperate with us.
Yeah,
I want people to understand that we are here for them.
Yeah.
Any money that pays will not go to my pockets, neither the president's pockets. The money will still remain in Brikama, and it will benefit Brikama people. And we also want to understand that Brikama Sports Committee, we have big responsibilities. We have basketball, volleyball, male and female, and we have a Brikama United male, we have Brikama United female.
Absolutely.
And we all know right now, in football, all of our footballs, what we are playing right now, we have to travel. And that's expensive, especially during this Ramadan. Everything is expensive, so people need to understand. There are training fairs every day. You spend nothing less than $1,000.
Wow.
Nothing less than that.
Yeah.
Every week. So I think that's a huge amount of money. If you want to at least calculate all those kind of things, it's expensive. If you are not in the system, you will not know. But I wish everybody will not have chance. But I think if you are connected to the committee, or you want to know exactly how we operate, our doors are open.
Yeah.
You can come over, we discuss, we tell you how team go.
So how are the outcome right now? The teams that are coming right now?
Actually,
Because I even witnessed someone just call you now and say
they are willing to pay. Teams will pay. Some other teams even tell me that even when it's 10,000 we will pay because football is part of us. Because it's not like, you know, I mean, some Kiankas and Badibungas, you know.